All right, I have several projects I want to do today, including but not limited to what's in the back of the truck here. And we'll talk about that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. That's Buddy the dog. I don't know what he's doing. But this here looks like a pile of plastic pipe. And that's kind of what it is, but not really. This is actually a rubber hay feeder. And I don't remember if we made a video about the last one I bought. It's been at least a year ago. But anyway, if you haven't ever owned a cow, or if you've never been around them, I'll put it that way, then you may not realize what type of destructive creature they are. They can take something that's beautiful and nice and you paid a lot of money for, and they can instantly make it go down in value, like right now. A good example of this is I bought a feeder on, you may have seen the remnants of it before. It was nice galvanized and it had a nice plastic trough. And it didn't get to be enjoyed for 5 minutes. The first thing that happened after putting it out there was the bull decided he was going to do a body slam on it. And it never was right again. But I wanted to get some use out of it, so I kind of made do with it for a little bit until finally I think I threw the metal part on the scrap last year when we took stuff away. But it's very frustrating because they can be very destructive creatures. And one thing they will destruct is your hay rings. They will just absolutely beat them to pieces. So I got on this kick because my sister and brother-in-law bought one about 3 years ago now, probably, or more. And I thought if it can survive a couple years over there, why, it'll probably survive here for a long time. So I bought one last year and we put it together. And like I said, I might have had a little clip or two of it in the videos, but I definitely learned some things on that. First of all, this has a 100-year warranty. So long after I'm gone and you buy it at the auction, the company that won't be in business anymore will give you a new one when it tears up. And the second thing I learned was you got to not use any common sense when you put this together. You got to do the opposite of what you would think. And the mistake that I made was I thought to myself, like anything in life, if you have things, multiple things you're going to connect together and they have a joint like this, you stagger the joints. Don't put the joints all in a perfect straight line, or you create a weak place. And I did that, and all went well till about the last 2 legs. And I got to where none of the holes would line up. And I was bending and pushing and doing all kinds of stuff, and I could not get them to ever come into line. And I tried everything, loosening others, whatever, which was not good because turns out they had lock nuts, and if you tried to back them loose, it would destroy it. So that wouldn't work. So I ended up having to buy more hardware. And finally, I eventually just gave in and drilled a couple of the holes out so that it would, you know, soldier on. And we've been using it, and it survived all last winter just fine. And I still had remnants of my metal one, which wasn't that old, and they destroyed. And I've got all the good out of that metal one. There's nothing left of it. It's just like one circle like this is all that's left. So the other day I thought of that when I was feeding. I thought, hey, it's time to buy another ring. And I got on my phone and looked, and these were on sale. Instead of $350, I think they were like $290 some. So you saved a little over $50. And I'm on board with that. So I bought one. So I put it in the back of the old Super Cheap Super Duty because I thought I had an appointment in town, and I thought, hey, I'll go early, I'll get it, and I'll go to my thing, and then, you know, when I drive home, I'll have it in the back of the truck. So I should have left it in here for you to visualize that, but if you noticed, after putting it in the truck, it was every bit of probably 3 feet sticking out of here. I don't quite remember it that much being sticking out when we hauled the last one, but it was. And so I stuck it out on this side because this is the side that typically would be along the ditch. However, I'm in a town with a busy double-lane highway, and so what to do? So I thought my main objective here to get across town is going to be to avoid police at all costs. If I see a policeman, choose an alternate route, because I figured they would probably complain and write me a ticket for some stupid reason of it sticking way past what it should. So it was all going great. I'm scooting down the highway, staying in the right-hand lane so that the thing is hanging over, you know, on the sidewalk or not. You know, I was cautious. I had plenty of room. Wasn't going to hurt anybody. Then I come around a bend and look up ahead, and there is police in the middle of the road, lights flashing, and I thought, uh-oh. If they see this, we're had. So I turned off on an alley thinking that, hey, we were going to avoid them and sneak back street style over to where I'm going. Boy, was that a mistake, because I came out as the grand marshal of some kind of Halloween parade. There was, I mean, 10,000 kids running around. I would say most of them were probably illegals, believe it or not. Despite what they tell you on the news, they are out there. And it was crazy. There were so many people in the downtown old city blocks there. I didn't know what to do. And here I am right in the middle of this parade. I mean, like the school band is suiting up, getting ready to play, and I don't know what's happening. There's people lining the streets in their lawn chairs, and here's me driving with this thing sticking way over, and more police at every intersection. So they were observing the stoplights, as in they were just standing there and letting people go. But of course, as soon as I got to the stoplight, it turns red. So I'm standing there with the policeman, and his head is like, you know, a foot away from the end of this thing. And he never said anything. I figured that they were going to be like, pull over, guy, you're going downtown. But they had their hands full with all the trick-or-treating or whatever they were doing. But I failed miserably at trying to go unnoticed because I ended up right in the center of it. But anyway, I made it home because where I was going, I knew when I left it would be dark and then nobody would see it, so I could go anywhere I wanted. But yeah. All right, so to put this together, we're gonna need some tools and a lot of sadness. And we got the sadness. Now we just need to do the unpacking and the tool. You got to get this bag with you too, which some of your less than intelligent store workers won't realize that this is part of it. But basically, inside here is your legs and also your hardware. So I think there's 5 legs to this thing. Oh, sure. I thought I'd just pull these out real easy. I mean, it's heavy made stuff, and it has survived using the tractor to move it. And if it survived over at Dad's with them using the tractor to move it, then I know it's indestructible. Century brand, it says. Oh, is there 6 legs? Huh. I don't remember that, but maybe they added a leg. I could see that maybe they thought if 5 was good, 6 was better. So, here's what we get. 4 8-foot rings, 6 46-inch ring, or 32-inch legs. Oh, 6, okay, 4 rings, 6 legs. They could be 2 different diameters. I think these are the 32-inch legs, maybe? Not sure, don't care. Before trying to assemble your feeder, allow the rings to lay in a warm, heated area. Well, they've been in the back of the truck all day. This will make assembly much easier. Begin by placing all rings with welds in line. I didn't read that last time. And the Century trademark facing upward. Wait, now what? Oh, maybe on the ring. Oh, okay. Start with the bottom ring and bolt the ring on the inside of the leg with the lock nut to the inside of the ring. Tighten lock nuts until the washer barely impacts the ring. We suggest not using a cordless drill or impact, which I did last time. Nuts should be tightened by hand. Repeat this step with all rings. Okay. So failure is sure to ensue. So there's the weld and there's the logo. So that's going to be up. So I think what I did last time to make it a little easier was to kind of work sideways a lot of the times until I got where I needed to go. And I also think what would be a dandy thing to do is to wait until you get all the bolts in before you tighten them. That was another mistake I made last time. I just went to town on those things, and that wasn't the way to go. I need to lay this stuff out. This is also stainless hardware, I believe, so you know, it should last 100 years if the rubber holds out, but alright. And there is enough, I think, that you can have a bolt or a washer on both ends of the deal. I hope. I don't know. Basically, ooh, I got to think about this. The rings go out, and when you're doing this. Now, here's where it bites us in the Knudsen, because that ain't gonna work. It was a struggle without the impact. The impact will screw it through there. So I might have to go get that, because it makes it a lot easier. Let's face it, folks. We don't have to tighten it right away, but I don't know. See, I'm just not getting there. All right. I have no idea if you can see or not, but I don't care, because this isn't about you. This is about me. And I'm telling you, last time this made me question my life choices. It was not a fun time. So there's one. Now that one looks like they scuffed it up along the pavement. So that probably shaved a year or two off my 100 years that I was going to get out of that. But the bovines will destroy it. So I'm not worried. Not worried in the least about what's going to happen. We'll see if this one takes as long as the last one, because the last one took like a week. I had to keep walking away because I was ready to destroy it. So we'll see if we can make this go in a more reasonable fashion. Sure, drop that one. Not going to bend down and pick it up right now. I'll do that later. Alright, there's two. If enough of you watch this video, it might pay for this feeder. So, everybody watch it 3 times. You know, let it play while you're sleeping on a loop. I know last time I was pretty aggressive with this, because it wasn't wanting to play nice. Come on. good news is, by the time you finally figure it out, you're done. Come on. Come on. Also, last time it was a lot colder, and I think that was part of my issue. It was not, the weather was not making it work very easy. They're also not evenly spaced, I don't think. I don't remember. But I was thinking something's... Well, no, because on that last one, I thought that it would work to stagger it, but I was wrong. So I don't know. I think I put it together wrong already. I think that those legs are supposed to go on the outside. I read the directions wrong. Oh, friends. I'm just not... Let's see here. Let's find a picture of it again. There it is. I did put it together wrong. I don't know why I thought that. The legs go on the outside. Well, already we knudsened this one pretty aggressively. And this also is part of why I had such a terrible time last time. I remember now, because it didn't want to go through the stuff the right way. It went a lot easier the other way. Gotta go back and do it over. I do remember this though now, because it was hard to get the rings inside of the legs when you finally got them all the way they should be. This part was very difficult. Oh, friends, it went from being simple to not simple. Well, we're bringing out the hammer very soon in this process. See, here's a good example of now it's more difficult because you can't see what you're doing. I'm sure they have a reason though why it's better to have their things on the inside. So we better follow whatever they say to do. Could have been worse. We could have had all the rings bolted in before we realized this mistake. It's fine. We also didn't tighten them down. A lesson we learned last time, which is allowing us to do this, because last time you wouldn't have been able to do that. We can't get that at all. There we go. Just a minor setback. Not a big deal. Not any worse than when you put your kid's Christmas present together on Christmas Eve. Sometimes there's a lot of drinking and swearing and doing over, but we caught our mistake early on. So see, that didn't come out like I wanted it to. Oh no. What a joke. Except I'm not laughing. I would hate to work at the store and have to put this together all day long. so far, it ain't no fun. Come on. Son of a canoe. Come on. There. It's going. Okay, now we're back on the right path. Maybe. We just gotta get where we can maneuver. Got 2 more legs to put on, see. You wouldn't think you could eat up a half an hour doing something so stupid like this, but here we are. Yeah. Come on, now don't run away. All right, so after you're done crying, you're ready for another ring. We have to remember, we have to line up the welds, and we have to have that logo facing up, which I think is here. Here's the logo. Come on. We're not in line yet. We're getting close. Somewhere in that neighborhood. It's starting to look like you've failed your life away, but not really. It'll be fine. We're going to load up with several bolts and go around. Well, actually, I think what would work better is if we put in a couple of them and then we flip it up on its side again so I don't have to bend down. Oh, friends, I remember this part. This is the part that's so much fun. Because you don't. Now, it'll fool you into thinking you've succeeded. Oh, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Is that right? What is that sentence? I can't remember. Is that the one that uses all the letters of the alphabet? At any rate, we got a lazy dog here. But what happened was the battery ran out because I'm a cheapskate. If a battery's 50%, I gotta run it to 0. I can't, you know, shortchange myself out of that extra time. But I'm telling you what, friends, they have greatly improved their assembly of these things, because this one did not make me want to kill myself. The last one, it was terrible. But this one, there's times when the bolt even went all the way through. And I didn't even have to do any bending or prying. The only thing that concerns me is how weak will it be with all the joints lining up, you know. They even put their sticker on it this time, like they're proud of it. So time will tell on that. But I'm down to where all I got to do now is tighten the bolts. And I think for that one I did set it on end so that I can just roll it to my comfortable eye level. You get what I'm saying? But I think here very shortly we're gonna take it out and let them start hammering on it. Cooperate. Yeah, I think I did that one already. We'll double check. I'm even not using the impact, you know. Like the instructions said, don't use the impact because sadness will occur. But I don't know. I do know if you back these lock nuts off, you have sadness, because it'll ruin the threads. They do not like to go in reverse, which I guess is good, but oh, are we getting it? I don't know. I'm gonna get lost and forget which one does. Oh! Are you saving money if you break the mirror off your pickup? I don't know. Hopefully that'll straighten itself out, because that that's pretty bad. Turns out they'll break away that way too. Friends, that was almost enjoyable. I mean, I would almost endorse this product. I cannot believe how good that did. So, I think we need to take it out there and put her to use. Oh yeah, if you think I'm gonna roll it or whatever, you're wrong. I'm taking the tractor. Might as well inaugurate it right away. Looking at it, wondering what's about to happen. I'll tell you, friends. You'll find out. Yep, there's another project we never finished. Probably should get back to that. Probably should get my other loader tractor put back together. Yeah. We'll get it, I guess. Okay, Jonathan. Are you gonna start? It's been acting goofy, and the problem is right there. And that piece is like $800, so we don't want to have to replace it if at all possible. But it's starting to look like I'm not gonna have a choice. Whoops, didn't disconnect the battery. What a beautiful sound, right? Chinesium hydraulics. They still have half a bale out there, but I'll put one early. I've been going 2 at a time to try to make it where I don't have to go out there but every like 4 days, but sometimes that doesn't work. But with 2 rings they don't crowd each other so bad, so if you can stand that, you can stand most anything. I wonder if I can dump it over the fence, and then I'll come to it later. The rubbers are ready. I guess the rubber's stretchy. It is coming back into shape. Oh, John. Yep. Bales are already starting to fall apart when you pull the net wrap off. And it ain't even the middle of winter yet. They don't know what to think because today's not hay day. They know they still got some, so they're not exactly. What do you think? Why don't you go out there and keep them under control? Also, that leak is going to have to be addressed pretty soon. Oh well. was a pretty big hole. Look at him coming running. Let's go get our ring. Dog, don't run him right into me. This isn't the way I like to carry them normally, because it's going to bottom out now. So we got to watch and make sure we don't destroy it first thing. There's a new mini donkey that was born several weeks ago. I don't know if I brought that up or not. Hopefully he survives. The last one last year didn't make it, unfortunately. Move. They love to rub them apart and just scatter them all out. That's why you use these rings, because it saves a lot of your hay. They can't do that as much. They're not as wasteful then. See, they've already drug it down and they're walking on it. But if you do this, it forces them. Anyway, the moral of my story is, the ring keeps the hay together more, so when they pull it out, it still kind of falls in there and you don't lose as much. Because if you leave it out here without it, they'll just unravel it and have it all everywhere, and then they're walking over it and you lose most of your bale to, you know, trampling. So that's the point of these. And then when I got more than one, it kind of keeps them from getting too crowded. You know, they kind of take turns, they know. Of course, now they're all excited about this new one instead of the old one, but yeah, it'll work. So I think we can call this a success. It's working. Oh my, they're just like humans. Anything that's new, we got to check that out. You know, our old thing that's identical, that ain't good enough anymore. We got to have the new one. But looking at that one, it is different. It has 5 legs, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, maybe that's an illusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I guess it is identical. I thought it was different, but at any rate, hopefully that will last a good while. I forgot about the old one. I should have got it out of here. I'll do that next time. But that should do them, you know, and hopefully that's enough hay out there now for, with what's left there, and that should be 3 days before I have to come out there again, because I try to get 2 days out of a bale. And you know, that one was out yesterday, so there you can see they've got it about half ate up, so that pencils out about right, and that's my target goal. So I like to keep them with stuff so that they don't decide to wander away from here, and that method has proved pretty good for me, so I'm gonna keep it going. But I think we can call this a success. You know, it went way easier than that last one, and there they are using it. So yeah, I guess we will call this video here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.